Well, what do you think of the way J.W. played, Todd?
He played fine. You know, I think the one thing that's hard with a guy that's a dual threat guy is, and I've said this for a while, is it's hard to know what they're going to do in practice, what they're going to do in the game based on practice because they're never live. So, you know, some of the plays he makes today, you know, you don't see it in practice because he's not live. So I think, again, just are there things that, you know, for really his first game of playing a lot, I'm sure we'll look at it and there'll be a bunch of mistakes, but I thought he competed. I thought we had a really good plan. I thought Coach Wickline and our coaches did a great job because what we needed to be able to do when a guy like that comes in is run the ball. You have to be able to run the ball. I mean, he's right now not a drop back quarterback. He's not. So we have to be able to run the ball and then play action for us to be effective with him in there. That's the way it is. I thought our coaches, especially Coach Wickline with the run game, did a great job.
How do things change? You're running the same offense, but what do you change when he's your quarterback instead of Wes?
Well, you're going to get some big plays in different ways. You know, as J-Dub develops as a drop back throwing quarterback, as he's developing that way, you've got to play obviously to his strengths. That's obvious. He's a guy that's going to make as many plays with his feet as he can with his arms. So I think that you've got to. There's no way you don't play to his strength.
Todd, what was your initial reaction when you saw Wes go down? I know you can't give details.
Oh, man.
How'd you react?
Well, another one of those deals where, you know, we're running a play-action pass, the tailback's taking the outside back, or they're coming with a corner fire. And did we rep it enough to where he knew the fullback was, you know, hot? No, he started to float. You know, and when he didn't get it out, besides even that he got hurt, I was like, there's another one of those that we just haven't repped enough, you know. Because if we've repped that enough, he dumps it to the fullback and we get a 3-yard gain, he doesn't get hit. So a lot of those you just think as a coach, you're like, man, we just didn't rep that enough. And then you feel like, you know, you have a part of that. So it stings for him. He's done so well. You know, I'm sure in his mind, you know, hopefully all that is, you know, a couple weeks or maybe a month or something. Hopefully it's not something extreme.
You get the feeling it's not as bad as maybe what was first thought?
I get the feeling of that, so I'm not able to comment, I guess. I'm not at liberty. If Mike didn't, then don't ask me to put me in that position. So.
Did you think your team reacted well, though? I mean, I'm sure there was an
Well,
initial jolt, and then did they recover pretty quickly?
You know, you try to just make references. Whether they did or not, I don't know. You know, I mean, you try to make references that, you know, J-Dub's a good football player. You know, it's a team sport. And, you know, you don't want to be a team that just, you know, you get shocked that all of a sudden your quarterback's hurt. Now, you know, so I think our team obviously responded pretty well. And J-Dub responded well. You know, and we played off our defense. I mean, when you take 2 weeks, you know, when your defense is stopping them and going 3 and out and you're getting the ball right back, the offense is rhythm. And we never, in that second quarter last week, we never got out of that rut where we couldn't get moving. We kept getting penalties and our defense wasn't getting as many stops. This week it was like, make it, take it. And when that happens, a lot of things are going to go well for you. And all of a sudden, you're just feeling that. And then their defense is on the field for, I think it was 50-something plays in the first half. Again, it's a team game. We didn't turn it over. They obviously couldn't get first downs, and so we just kept going on the field. And that's when you play off each other well. We didn't do that last week, and that's why we lost.
What do you think of Staley's production?
Well, I mean, he had two catches. I mean, heck, he had a real nice run, a real nice walk on the perimeter. You know, so Kai's a good football player. You know, and so we try to give him the ball as often as we can, but as often as usually 2 or 3 times. So
Receivers seem a lot better today. No, maybe one drop, maybe.
You know, I just think that some of the throws were cleaner. You know, some of the drops we had last week, the one at the end, you know, some of them we were tired, some of them we were contested, and we just didn't concentrate. Today was a lot cleaner with some of the throws. We're at home. There's a different backdrop than there is on the road. We practice here all the time. And we're here, so there's a different backdrop. That's a part of it, you know. You know, and then if you don't ever start down the road of a drop, then you don't ever lead to the next one. It doesn't lead to 2, 3, and I can't drop the next one. And then, you know, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that helped us in that regard, and we didn't have to throw it as much. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we did throw it, but we didn't have to throw it like that, like we had to last week.